Welcome, crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, April 11th, Sunday, April 12th for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and we are broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight. If you're listening live right now, you may be listening to us on KPNL Radio, which you can find at KPNL Radio at kpnl-db.com. If you're watching live, you can be watching us on YouTube. Otherwise, we don't have the fundage right now to be at a whole lot of different outlets. So our Twitch, our YouTube, everything is not going on right now because bitches be broke these days. But if you do want to pitch in, I'll leave links at the bottom where you can help us out to upgrade our StreamYard. So we can not only have more places, but it'll also give us our logo back in the corner and stuff like that. Yeah, so let's move on to Trippy TikToks with me, TessaTNT. And also, I just want you to know, if you want to listen to or watch us in your free time, just listen anywhere you listen to your podcast. And you can watch us on YouTube. Give us a like on videos that you've watched and liked, and give us some input, what you want to see, what you want to see. All right, let's get into it. So this week I'm looking up stuff. So right now I have UFO sightings from recently. This one looks like it's from today. Is there no sound on this? What the heck is that? Let me pause that just in case. See if that does anything. No. So that's weird. Maybe there's just no sound to it. Go ahead and mute that again and look again at my sound panel. Everything looks normal. We just see if that'll help. All right. Another thing too I noticed last time. Because somebody's over here is like, where in California that would be. Good to know. And what exactly are we looking at? Where is this? Is this in the water? Is this in the sky?
What this UFO was doing defies any explanation. Okay, guys, this is honestly one of the wildest UFO videos I've seen to date. This video was sent to me by a user by the name of Thomas H1024. This video comes out of South Dakota, taken just the other day. You're gonna be blown away. Check this out.
What the heck? Wow. That is weird. There ain't no SpaceX.
If we take a look, this video bears striking resemblance to what Skywatchers deems as a Class 2 Tic Tac UAP. That's not all though.
Wow.
Here's a bonus video for you guys by the same user. Check this out. This object resembles what Skywatchers deems as a Class 3 blob UAP, although it doesn't fit the description perfectly and more closely fits the Class 4 being UAP. Still a fascinating UAP encounter that this user had. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time. What this UFO...
Dash 2, that would promptly be flying off of my desk, just like everything else. Weird and creepy. That's what that is. What the heck? Wow. That was 11 hours ago that it was posted. That is so creepy. Oh no.
We got the hovering.
So yes, today is the 11th, but this is probably like really early in the morning, midnight and beyond. With an airplane flying over it. See, that looks more like the Tic Tac ones that we've seen in our front yard, but it was just white, basically, and it looked like it was reflecting the color of the sunset. Nice. Victor?
We got.
Wow. Zoom in, I want to see.
So Jacob Barber just released 2 pieces of footage coming from December. The guy that released the egg UFO footage and obviously working alongside Skywatchers, okay? He says here, here's a couple of videos I could share taken on our own personal phones back in December of objects showing up in and around the airspace over Picatinny Arsenal, okay? A couple of reasons for alarm or at least take an interest, okay? In the first video, you will see objects appear to materialize and dematerialize and then hover with no FAA lighting systems, okay? And in the second piece of footage I'm going to show you, he says, watch the second video, scope shadow until the end. You will see regular aircraft fly by in the background for reference of what FAA approved traffic in the area should look like, right? So let's have a look. Here's the second piece of footage here. Again, these objects kind of appearing in and out from an airspace. And he says, all of the suspicious objects are operating in violation of the FAA regulations and were not being controlled by ATC. They have no red and green navigation lights, no strobe, and are operating at unauthorized altitudes and in restricted airspaces, okay? And on the Skywatchers themselves, they said within a 5-month period, they witnessed 300 unidentified craft in the airspace that shouldn't have been there. So if this isn't a call to kind of have any sort of government body to kind of look at this subject matter, I don't know what to tell you, man. But this is amazing footage coming from Jake Barber once again. What a dude, mate. Very interesting and very... We need this, man. So Jacob Barber just released 2 pieces of footage coming from December. The guy that released the egg UFO footage and obviously working alongside Skywatchers, okay?
Oops. Alright, sorry guys. I was just messing with the sound. So I can see me bouncing, I can't see him bouncing.
He says here, here's a couple of videos I could share taken on our own personal phones back in December of objects showing up in and around.
This is so fake.
We've got newly obtained footage of UFOs. Tic Tac UFOs are back. Shocking new clip shows one stunning U.S. Navy sailor that are rising from the ocean. Take a look at this. Strange object. How come the camera is always so grainy, you know? All I see is a weird black dot.
Always the BGSS team.
20,000 feet.
That
Crazy. For those that are just listening, it's just a weird video of a black splotch on the screen moving around. And they say 2 eerie UFOs have been caught on a U.S. naval camera emerging from the ocean after taking off in a synchronized flight off the coast of Southern California. The objects were recorded by stunned sailors who said they spotted 4 UFOs in total during the incident aboard the USS Jackson. Newly obtained footage shows the moment 2 of the UFOs emerged from the ocean during the incident in February of 2023. Yo, this is crazy. Their shape appeared strikingly similar to a 2004 sighting of a tic-tac-shaped UFO in the same waters, which was previously investigated by a top-secret government program. All we witnessed was all 4 of them, one of the sailors told News 8 Now. All in synchronous, jetting into the abyss, all 4, all timed together and left. And we were like, holy sh... The second they left, maybe 3 or 4 seconds passed. I run to my station, I look at my radar, they're all off radar. That's it, they all zoomed off. But it's clear that they're in communication with one another and synchronized like 3, 2, 1, countdown, let's all go. I think unless there's some level of like one entity controlling all 4, and then they all leave at the same time. Wild, dude. Former Defense Department analyst Merrick von Rennenkampf analyzed flight data from the time and location of the sighting and concluded there were no U.S. aircraft in the area. I don't think it's ours. I suspect there are better places for us to showcase that kind of equipment to unwitting sailors. That just doesn't make sense. The incident echoes the famous Nimitz incident 2 decades prior when Navy pilots saw 2 UFOs flying at incredible speeds in the same area. All right, now check this out. Ian has brought up talking plasma, this technique for creating 3-dimensional holograms. Some have speculated these UFOs are actually psychological weapons used by foreign governments or even tested by our own government to create the perception of a military vehicle. Now check it out. You take a laser and you point it at the wall. When it hits the wall, you can see the dot on the wall, but you can't see anything in between the laser. What happens when you cross 2 lasers? The 2 beams refract, and that point where they refract, you will see a dot. You will see the light from the beams. Now, for most people, they see 2 laser pointers crossing and they see the refraction and they go, whatever, right? When the 2 beams hit, you can see it. Now, what they'll do is you add a 3rd laser and you now have 3 dimensions. With 2 lasers, you can move them back and forth, left and right, and the dot will move in the air. But you can see those lasers. You do 3. And now you've got a 3-dimensional object zipping around in every direction. What if they did 300? They could theoretically project using lasers and having them refract on each other, cross over all these beams. They could create an image in three-dimensional space, a hologram that could move around, and you would think you're seeing an object, and you're not. There's only one problem. We've got newly obtained footage of UFOs.
What's the one problem?
We got this awesome UFO video filmed yesterday.
Looks like a wanger.
So we've seen the cylindrical UFOs before, obviously, and you know, hang on, sorry, I don't know where to put myself. You can see it. It's literally, if you were to think of what this would be in like real life, like in things that make sense, it would be like some kind of girder or giant like construction tool, right? But no, it's a UFO. It's floating in the sky. It's literally tumbling. It's defying physics. The fact that people want to say that this is balloons and this is, you know, whatever else. I mean, like, I totally understand. I understand the impulse to not necessarily believe that what's happening is actually happening. But you guys got to come to terms with it. Look at it. It's flying in the sky. This is not AI. This thing is tumbling. I don't know. I'm convinced, but check it out, guys. I wanted to share it with you. We got this awesome UFO video filmed yesterday.
I like the dancing alien. My daughter does it better. I'm not good at that one. Not enough room in here anyways. What? This doesn't look right.
The government's rumored Iron Man project is said to be a top-secret military program focused on developing an advanced exosuit for soldiers. Inspired by the concept of powered armor, the suit allegedly enhances strength, speed, and endurance while integrating AI, heads-up displays, and stealth tech. Whispers claim early prototypes were tested in undisclosed desert facilities as early as 2012. Some insiders say the Iron Man suit uses
We're way past
Alguien a
that.
gran distancia está captando en visión nocturna un extraño suceso que se desarrolla al interior de las instalaciones de Lockheed Martin en el Glendale de California. La tecnología de observación muestra de un aparente objeto estático suspendido, que desprende una especie de haz luminoso dirigido hacia la superficie, mientras que un grupo de personas se encuentra presenciando del acontecimiento en primera línea. De acuerdo con las imágenes, claramente se puede distinguir a un objeto suspendido a baja altura, posiblemente efectuando una especie de contacto a través de una protuberancia de luz que se desprende en diagonal por debajo de su estructura a medida que otras personas se aproximan al lugar del acontecimiento.
Somos UFO 5537.
Las imágenes proporcionadas por el usuario de Reddit, autodenominado como Qual Dispenser, a través del investigador chileno Mario Silva, muestran de un área no determinada nocturna, dentro de las enormes instalaciones de la compañía multinacional estadounidense, conocida como Lockheed Martin, dedicada a la industria aeroespacial y de defensa militar. En las imágenes estamos presenciando de un aparente objeto en forma de boomerang, que desprende una especie de protuberancia lumínica, mientras un grupo de personas observa de cerca el suceso, dentro de las instalaciones de Lockheed Martin. ¿Qué te parece? Somos UFO 5537. Te contamos sobre sucesos ufológicos a nivel universal y en habla hispana. Síguenos para más contenido. Gracias por tu atención.
Most of you guys have been waiting for the pink moon to rise. That was my daughter that just got a hold of me, and she's like telling us about it, which I posted it several times online today, but like, do you know when's the best time to see it? She's like 8:22. Oh, snap. It says 6:22 our time, but I'm like, is it even dark yet? Is the moon even out yet? So we'll have to see what happens. If this really is a pink moon.
I haven't shown you this yet. I did.
Good job, boy.
Yeah, all I did was just, well, I think I got a question from you earlier.
Be careful. The pink moon's supposed to be tonight and tomorrow night. You should see if you can see it.
Oh, the moon's not out yet?
It's not?
No. Oh, I took a bunch of bird pictures, no?
Oh, you did?
I saw a black dove.
What?
Black dove. You're right.
It's a magpie.
I thought it was either dark or not. I haven't done it something or something.
Good job.
I think this is a
No. But we need to try to keep the magpies away from the doves, because the doves have come back to the trees. So they like raid their nest. Look at that. That's crazy.
And I think this is another
the eerie
owl.
moment terrified Russians
or a
shoot at
dove.
mysterious UFO helicopter
several doves
darting over
hanging out.
Moscow. The ominous drone was blasted by paranoid Russian air defenses
Here's
as
a
they
picture.
suffered a
I
separate
think
drone
this is
strike early on
toothless. I think
Thursday.
he's been-
Sinister footage shows a strange rotating
because you can
object
see it, and
spinning
then
over the
after
Moscow
that, I
region.
zoomed in
It
again.
has a red
Oh, yeah,
center
bunch.
and is surrounded by a
Another
spinning
dove.
white circular shell.
Dove,
Some
dove, dove.
suspected the red
Yes.
and white spinning
I'm sorry you had
aircraft
to
was
see
one of
that in front of the
Ukraine's
window.
new RZ-500
No, this is not
helicopter
the-
drones. However, the
That's just a
RZ-500
dove.
has a maximum range of
The
186
doves were
miles,
making the
which is not
love.
far enough to reach Moscow.
Oh, yeah,
What do
the
you
chicken
think the
wanted to
strange
peck my
device
phone.
is?
She's like, let me see that. I must
Another
inspect it.
dove.
Nice.
And that's the dove that
This
got,
is
you
the-
know.
Not shy.
I think it's gonna lay eggs because you can see it's chubby.
Yeah. Well, that's why we gotta keep the magpies away.
Yeah, the magpies were all over the tree that they were in.
Yeah, you have permission to do that.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Yes! Well, you know, my friend's sleeping in Minecraft anyway. So that it wouldn't be sorry. I'm not saying. So it wouldn't be a hassle. I didn't want to post score on my phone so that I could see my grades.
Good job. Yeah, heck yeah. Just keep that up. Keep it going, boy. If you just keep up with it, it's easy. If you let it fall behind, it's hard to catch back up again. It's very stressful.
But yeah, guess what?
No, it's an asteroid that just exploded when I hit the fucking atmosphere.
So,
I think it's SpaceX, perhaps.
yeah, you can see a bunch of shrapnel, so people got shot down. And through the water.
Make some more noise.
Yeah, I used to have an F somehow because you know my grade, my old grade, these years. Well, that carried over to this year, and then I had to make that up. And now that's a 88.
Good job.
A B. So I got 4 A's and a B.
Heck yeah.
And 4 A's and B's.
Tell Dad that deserves ice cream.
Yes.
Pretty, but I don't think so.
Lots of you have probably seen this photo floating around the
I
internet at
believe
the
this
moment,
guy-
and it's
this guy's
absolutely
legit.
sending people into a frenzy. But I've managed to find the actual video for it, right? So, he's going to zoom in his lovely camera here, and he's going to try and focus up, and you will see this object manifest, right? It is absolutely incredible. So this was filmed on the 16th of February on 2020 in Brazil at 8:45 p.m, okay? There's not much else to this apart from the fact that he was complimenting how beautiful this thing was, what it looked like, how it kind of glided through the wind and as it was flying across. And he says, notice that nothing on the UFO itself is actually blowing around. So I think he's trying to reference the tentacles there. Everything is pretty static in nature, which is rather interesting, given probably about how high this thing is. And I'm going to say it's probably quite high up in the sky. Look at this, bruv. Look at that, okay? What is shaped like that? And for those of you that don't know or know, these things have been reported around the world so much over the years, even more so now, of just strange atmospheric phenomena. And with Skywatchers, this is now in a classification system of UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, okay? So these things are very real. People report having electromagnetic anomalies around these sort of objects, these things messing around with electronics, I guess people's mental state as well in certain aspects. So I don't know, there's just a very, very strange thing around these objects themselves. But this piece of footage is absolutely mega, mate. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I thought it was hella interesting, so yeah, comment down below.
Yo guys, what y'all think this is? This was in Canada. This was
Seriously?
in the sky, in this boat. People on this boat saw that. That's crazy.
Are you sure about that, woke?
Do y'all think
It just
this
don't
is
seem
real?
legit, man.
Or this is fake? Or they just putting on a light show? But like, look, that almost looked like a human person. They say it might be a fairy or something like that. Personally, I don't think this is real. I think this is Project Blue Beam. Y'all heard of that? That's what
Or
I think
AI
this is.
or whatever.
Look, right
Yeah,
at
Project
the top,
Blue
it's
Beam in
coming
the
from
middle of
something.
the ocean. What
Look
is
at
that?
that. And that look like that's in the water or something, you know what I'm saying? Let me know, guys, in the comments what y'all think this is.
That's as far as it goes on video.
This is the clearest video of a UFO recorded recently. In the footage, an intrigued pilot uses his cell phone to capture a strange metallic object he sees in the distance. Shortly after, the object passes just a few feet away from the plane. At that moment, the pilot realizes he might have recorded the most solid evidence of these mysterious ships. This video reopens the debate whether these crafts are secret human technology or of extraterrestrial origin. This is the clearest video of a UFO recorded.
Trump just talked about secret alien technologies they've been hiding again, and he's alluding to possibly meeting aliens while he's president. Guys, make sure and click the plus sign because I'm gonna more this you don't want to miss. Sound off in the comments, tell me what you think, hit that notification bell. But if you've been following this and you saw my last video on this, Trump has been laying what I think are some very interesting hints about what's coming when it comes to our ET brothers and sisters actually coming back and reuniting with humanity. And in this clip, it's very telling. He talks about technologies that are out of this world. I want you to take a look at this and then we'll discuss.
And we're very powerful. This country is very powerful. So let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, even not even close. So nobody's going to do that, but I think that if that's what you're referring to, maybe it's not.
Is it just me, or does this sound like Trump is just itching to tell secrets that he can't? Almost like he desperately wants to scream, look, we can teleport. We've got UFOs. We can do all of these things. You guys have no idea. And if you've been following me, then you know I've told you I believe that Trump is working with a positive breed of ETs called the Pleiadians. Think of them as like the best, healthiest, most beautiful versions of ourselves who want to help the planet, along with other races. A lot of times people will call this the Galactic Federation. And when you take an office like his, there are all types of secrets and things like this that a lot of times even the presidents don't get access to. But I think this time he's got a lot of full access. And you might think, okay, if what I'm saying is true, why doesn't he just come out and say it? You can't, because we have to prepare the normies. So they have to drip, 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 drip it. But it just looks like he's itching to say something. And I love it. And then there's another one, guys. I've been talking about med beds and all this different technology, light, sound, vibrational, frequency technology I've been using recently to heal myself, some of which I'm not even necessarily allowed to talk about. And here we have my hero, RFK, and he just made a very bold statement I want you guys to listen to. He just said that by this September, he is going to have an answer for what's caused the rise of autism. Take a look at this.
And we have, as you, we have now the autism rates have gone from now most recent numbers we think are going to be about 1 in 31, 1 in 20, so they're going up again from 1 in 10,000 when I was a kid. And we are going at your direction. We are going to know by September. We've launched a massive testing and research effort that's going to involve hundreds of scientists from around the world. By September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic, and we'll be able to eliminate those exposures.
So big. Think of that. So it was 1 in 10,000 children had autism. And now it's 1 in 31. Not 31,000, 31. That's a horrible statistic, isn't it? And there's got to be something artificial out there that's doing this. So you think you're going to have a pretty good idea, huh?
We will know by September.
There will be no bigger news conference than that. So that's it. If you can come up with that answer where you stop taking something, you stop eating something, or maybe it's a shot, but something's causing it. It can't be from 10,000 to. Can you imagine that, Martha? That's a big number. Thank you very much. You're doing great. Thank you, Bobby.
So a few things that you didn't see. This was actually a 5-minute clip, but I wanted to get it down for you guys because I don't know that you want to watch that long, but he talked about a few things. He talked about looking into how safe fluoride is, which I love. We have been screaming about this for years. He talked about the epidemic of children having diabetes and wanting to eliminate that, getting the chemicals, the dyes out of our foods, specifically baby formulas. Why would you ever put that stuff in there? But then he talked about the tism. Now, depending on what side of the spectrum that you go in terms of information, there is all types of data and information out there. Some sides with the fact that the autism might be caused by, I hate doing this, I just don't know what I can say. You used to not even be able to say certain words on here like that. That's what it was caused by. And then, of course, a lot of people said, a lot of different experts said, no, we have no data for that, this, that, and the other. And I love that what Trump just said, he is alluding to that. Now, here's what I want to say about all this. There is growing research and evidence that autism could be linked to heavy metals. A lot of us have a lot of heavy metal buildup in our systems as well as chemical systems, and it's possible that this could be a buildup, and that is what is causing these issues, along with other things too. They're also seeing this pattern when it comes to Alzheimer's and dementia. And I think one of the things that's going to tie ETs coming down to Earth again is the fact that we're going to get information and technology to actually get us in good health. Most of us are walking around in poor health, even if you don't know it. Do you know on average, a lot of people walk around with 10 to 15 infections in their body at all times? And a lot of them are small and minor, and it's just stuff that your body controls. And some of them are crazy and get out of control. And I'm one of those people that's happened to, and things will build up over time in the system so that we're all walking around so sick. Here's another one. Why is it over the last couple hundred years, everybody has allergies? This is a bit of a new one. And I'm not trying to say they didn't exist at all before, but again, it's like autism. It's the rate in which they've been happening and how many people they happen to. And apparently we're just supposed to believe, oh, this just happens. Your immune system just overreacts for no reason because apparently your body's just stupid and flawed. I don't buy that. I think for too long, all of the truth of all of our health issues have been so suppressed. Listen, I'm not even taking a side in this. I don't even necessarily care what the answer is. I just want answers so we can be happier and healthier. And also these processed food guys. Processed foods were created during times of war for the soldiers to make sure and have something. And they are not supposed to be foods that you eat your whole life. And I'm not saying this to put anybody down or wag my finger at people, because at this point, most of us don't even have a choice in the United States. And before people get mad at me in the comments, look, I am not I'm not any of that. Here's what I am. I'm like, can we clean these up? Why are there aborted fetal cells in these? Why are there all types of heavy metals? And I've heard about the heavy metals. Oh, well, they're in there. Certain things are in there because it's a preservative. And I'm like, we can't use something else. We can't do better. I understand the concept of a gross, and I'm all for it if the data backs it up. Why can't we clean them up? Why do we have to have all these things? And furthermore, why is it when you are a baby, you get 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s? You get all of these things in one or few injections when you are a few months old and your system is still developing. Let me ask you a question. When you go in for a surgery, do they just do 40 surgeries all at once?
Yeah.
Why not? Because the body is going to have a real hard time healing from all of that trauma. So why would we do that to a baby? And why did we jump from just a handful of these to some children taking hundreds of these before they're 5 years old? Now, guys, I want to tell you a little bit of a story on what happened to me with this. For some reason, when I was 5 years old, I had one of those days, I remember the whole day, and I'll never forget it. So the day that I got my last round of before I had to go into kindergarten, the last big round that you have to get before they'll let you in, I remember that whole day, and I don't know why. I remember getting it. And it's weird, I'd gotten them before, but for some reason, my brain said, remember this. We had a little cheerleading camp. I ate little powdered donuts. I could tell you, like all the people we hung out with for whatever reason, I have a horrible memory too. And I remember how painful it was. And it was a week after that, as I started kindergarten, I started getting sick. And I didn't stop getting sick. I couldn't stop getting colds and flus. And from that, created asthma, extreme allergies that just got worse and worse. Now, I wouldn't have thought anything about it, except when I was 12 years old, that was the last time I got the very last time. What happened was, I remember I was in 6th grade and I had a grandparent that demanded we go get this for the flu. And I said, this seems stupid. I don't want to do this. And I was told, no, you have to.
Don't do that.
It's going to make you
for
healthy.
myself or my kids.
I remember after that, immediate reaction. I had never been sicker that year than I ever had. I could not stop getting colds and flus. And I remember thinking at that age, this is wild. And as I've been older and I've become disabled and I've been unwrapping everything that's happened to my health, I can't help but think, are there links to these things? And have other people gone through this? And now I know I'm one of those people. I don't react well to these. And it's probably because there's such a buildup of crap in my immune system, it can't handle it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Trump letting out some secrets about ET tech, even with our health? What do you think about all this stuff that RFK is saying? Tell me your thoughts, guys. Sound up in the comments. Click the plus sign. I got a whole lot more coming. And don't anybody worry. We're about to create an amazing world. You guys have no idea what's coming. Trump just talked about
A lot of the drone sightings that were happening off the east coast of the United States. One of the things he said is the vast majority of the drones that were spotted at that time were actually military drones, and that they were doing a couple of different things. Number one, there was some missing medical nuclear material that they were attempting to search for and find, that I believe has been found, that they were using the drone technology to search for. Secondly, there was some indication, according to Bashar, that some foreign nations were attempting to do something not to our advantage, and that a lot of the drones were for the purpose of stopping that from happening. So the majority of the drones, according to him, were military involved in those operations, but some of the drones were ET craft disguised as drones that were observing and participating in what was going on. And some of the information that was gathered by the drones was being coordinated by certain extraterrestrial beings to assist in making sure that certain things did not happen in a negative way. So ETs were involved, not necessarily to the extent that a lot of people may think. And now and then, yes, what we may perceive as a drone might be a UFO in disguise, observing something and just attempting to make sure that we're not really necessarily seeing them for what they are. But that's basically what he has said about that particular drone incident. A lot of the drone sightings that were happening off the east coast of the United States. One of the things he said is the vast majority of the drones that were spotted at that time were actually military drones, and that they were doing a couple of different things. Number one, there was some missing medical nuclear material that they were attempting to search for.
I did hear, and this was before it was covered up, but there was like a huge, crazy looking hole ripped in the side of the ship where this nuclear medical or whatever it was, whatever they want to call it, it was nuclear and it was missing. But yeah, where it was on the outside of the ship was tore up and it was taken. But according to him, it's found, so that's good.
For and find that I believe has been found, that they were using the drone technology to search for. Secondly, there was some indication, according to Bashar, that some foreign nations were attempting to do something not to our advantage, and that a lot of the drones were for the purpose of stopping that from happening. So the majority of the drones, according to him, were military involved in those operations, but some of the drones were ET craft disguised as drones that were observing and participating in what was going on. And some of the information that was gathered by the drones was being coordinated by certain extraterrestrial beings to assist in making sure that certain things did not happen in a negative way. So ETs were involved, not necessarily to the extent that a lot of people may think. And now and then, yes, what we may perceive as a drone might be a UFO in disguise, observing something and just attempting to make sure that we're not really necessarily seeing them for what they are. But that's basically what he has said about that particular drone incident. A lot of the drone sightings that were.
So there are two questions I have to ask
Go
you.
ahead.
The first one's kind of fun.
You want a box?
I want to talk to you about aliens.
Yeah.
UFOs, UAPs.
I know.
The disclosure we've seen in Congress recently. It's confusing and upsetting a lot of Americans because there's something happening. There are unidentified aerial phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you?
So it's such a question I do get a lot, and it's such an interesting question. I've met with pilots that look just like you, actually. Okay, they have more of a crew cut. Okay, they look like him and they look like you. Some of them look like you,
a little fatter.
But these are perfect people,
Okay.
and they're not
crazy.
conspiratorial. They're not crazy, and they tell me stories that they've seen things that you wouldn't believe. These are not people that you would say, "Gee,
No way.
oh, that's
There's no
okay."
way. President of the United States.
But
I said, was
who
your
is
phone
it? That's
silent?
Joe Biden wanting to do an interview. So I've met with pilots like beautiful Tom Cruise, but taller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Handsome, perfect people.
Kissing ass,
Sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster than my super jet fighter plane. And I look at these guys, and they really mean it.
Yeah.
And am I a believer? No, I can't say I am. But I have met with people that are serious people that say there's some really strange things that they see flying around out there. And, you know, if you go to Nevada and you look at that little section of where they go to look at the aliens, where they think all the aliens are landing, that, you know, it's I think it's maybe the number 1 tourist attraction in the United States.
Roswell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roswell. I think
in-
it's the number 1. The lines of people waiting.
Roswell is in Texas.
You have no idea how many times I'm asked that question.
But don't you have access
He's
to that
talking about
information?
I have access, but
Section,
I
what
speak
is
to
it,
people
41,
about it. I've had actually
48,
meetings
there's
on
several
it.
different ones.
And they will tell you there's something going on. When they say things are going 4 times faster than my beautiful top-of-the-line airplane that goes, you know,
Texas.
real fast.
With no identifiable propulsion
Mach
system.
2,
Yeah.
right?
These things are creating their own gravity fields, allegedly.
Well, they
I
have
gotta Google
they
it now
have
because now I feel crazy.
people that are very smart and very solid have said they believe there is something out there. And, you know, it makes sense that there could be. I've never been convinced, even despite that. You know, I just, for some reason, it's not my thing. But a lot of people believe that it's true. A lot of very good, solid people believe it's true.
What? And you
I know
have-
there are illegal aliens out there, but those are the ones that come through the border. We have plenty of them. Those are the ones I know.
So
Go ahead.
there are 2 questions I have to ask
Go
you.
ahead.
The first one's kind of fun. Aliens. I want to talk to you about aliens.
Yeah.
UFOs, UAPs.
I know.
The
Mexico.
disclosure we've seen in Congress.
Right there. Stop it. I said stop it. Why is it frozen? Why is it doing this? Weird. We're done. Okay, well, I guess we are done with that. Let's go back to the main menu, shall we? Oh my. All right. So on that note, let's just go on our first music break. On this break, we have Miss McKaylin Hay from Ontario, Canada. And then we also have Mr. Fred Johnson III from Canyon County, California. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Your troubled heart bleeds like a river. It's rushing towards fields painted greener. It doesn't see the deep. You seemed so surprised I worked out a smile, out a smile, out a smile. 'Cause I've grown and I've changed. Yeah, we went separate ways. How come we're both back here? 'Cause you pushed me away, had my life rearranged, but still we're both back here. Back here. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me, close to me. You know how to make me lose all control, all control. I should know when I need to let myself go. So let's go. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same person anymore. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. There's too much sky, too blue, too white. The birds on the wire are singing, but I don't know why. Why aren't the roses hanging their heads? They're standing straight up, blooming instead. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Why does that guy have a smile on his face? Why is the sun even shining today? Why are the headlines talking about love? Don't they all know what happened to us? Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Now that we're apart, there's nothing. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Where'd you go? You're running away. I know did our love go wrong, my sugar?
All right. Welcome back. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. For the first hour, we were checking out the most recent UFO sightings. There was some garbage in there as far as like people trying to pull the wool over our eyes, and then there was some really good stuff. I figured this hour we'll go ahead and do following, so we'll see what's on there. And then third hour, we'll see what else we can do. Yeah, let's get it going. I'll talk about it exactly. Here we go. Oh yeah, so I also have to make this smaller.
I've decided to taunt skinwalkers to prove their non-existence. I'm so sure these
That's not a
creatures
good
don't
idea.
exist that I brought myself to the middle of Arizona during a snowstorm to try to prove it. I've even gone as far as saying skinwalker in the native tongue, which they say is absolutely a terrible idea, and shortly after I started hearing some weird noises off in the distance.
Trying to debunk skinwalkers in the worst place. Deep in the snowy woods of Arizona, yes, snowy Arizona, someone dares to challenge the supernatural. Alone, camera in hand, this TikToker sets out to prove that skinwalkers don't exist. But the forest disagrees. Whispers drift through the trees, shadows shift behind branches, and a cold presence settles in. Thousands of viewers swear they saw something watching. A pale figure, barely visible, lurking just behind the tree line. Some claim it wasn't even him filming, but something wearing his face. One chilling comment reads, "What if he died in the first video?" And this is the skinwalker trying to convince us otherwise. Whether it's a hoax, hallucination, or something older, one thing's for sure, you don't mock the myths and walk away untouched.
Oh, look at the baby.
China is nearing the completion of the highest suspension bridge in the world, and this thing is insane. It stands 9 times higher than the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco at a staggering 2,050 feet. That is over twice the height of the Eiffel Tower, and it's almost a mile long. This means that it will also surpass the length of the UK's Hammer Bridge, which held the record for the longest suspension bridge for 17 years. But the craziest thing is that to build this, they essentially had to drill a skyscraper-sized tower to the side of a cliff. Not the bottom, the side. And they still said that would be able to hold a multi-lane highway on it. And because of this, they literally had to create custom construction platforms where workers had to operate cranes while suspended thousands of feet in the air. Construction of this thing began in 2022, and they say that it'll be fully operational this year. China is nearing the completion of the highest
It's time to start getting ready for Passover Seder. I already put on some light makeup today, so I don't know if I'm going to just like bump it up or start all over. I'm gonna have to make that decision. I have my dress picked out. I'm gonna have to try and get the kids ready in outfits. This is gonna start late. It's gonna start at 7:30. Levi has literally gone to bed at 7:30 every night for his entire life, and he didn't nap today, so this is gonna be rough.
Speaking of without skin, though, did you guys see that Kawasaki robot horse?
It's just a concept, right?
No, but they're making it.
This will be so
Hold on,
cool.
let me send you guys the video.
I didn't invest in it. I just thought it was like some AI thing.
It was AI, but they're actively
That's
trying
what
to
they
make
wanted,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Is that a person on it?
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Dude, imagine how cool
We're
this
hanging
will
on
be.
to that doesn't really look like a horse. It looks more like a
dog.
Hey, here's my whole take on this. It's doing a bunch of stuff that a dirt bike could do. Put that thing, like, climb a mountain.
It does climb a mountain.
I haven't got... Okay, there. He's on a mountain. Start with the mountain.
The jumping, that would be so
jumping?
fun.
Oh, man, dude. What is that going to do to the roads, though?
Hopefully we don't have roads anymore.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Speaking of
Relax. Wish I could. I'm too far away.
Okay, this isn't necessarily pregnancy related, but
a woman.
Most unhinged thing someone did to you, so to you during pregnancy. I'm not talking about the congrats and you're glowing comments. I mean something truly heinous that's burned in your memory to this day. I don't want to hear it.
A woman in Missouri might have traded her foster daughter for a monkey. Yeah, a monkey. So this Missouri woman, whose name is Brenda Ruth Douche or something like that, is being accused of trading her foster daughter, a little girl, for a monkey. But you know me, I'm always thinking. That's why I wear the cheese head. And I was thinking, what kind of monkey? One of these cute little cartoon monkeys that you get to hang out with all day? And they don't even wear a diaper. They use the toilet. Yeah, the toilet. Or maybe an upgrade from that. The monkey known as Boots from Dora the Explorer. He's kind of a pervert, though, if you think about it, because he's naked except for those red boots. Or maybe, just maybe, that woman got a real monkey. One that could eat your face right off while you're sleeping. So the moral of this story, know what kind of monkey you're getting before you trade your foster kid for it. Don't you know you gotta shock the monkey? Da-da-da-da-da. Shabadoo-booskies. Shabadoo.
Girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Girls,
that's why I'm easy.
What the heck? What is happening?
Alabama, Arkansas.
okay, look at me. Okay, so we're gonna get
No. Oh man, all these expos and conventions. I want to go. I really want to go to the one in Utah. If anybody's going, let me know. Let's make some plans. It's coming up soon. It's in Vernon, Utah. And that's where they have those petroglyphs.
A serious trade war between the United States and China is in full swing. But despite this, people are already making memes. They are posting AI-generated videos of Americans working in assembly lines once the manufacturing process is brought back to the United States. Oh, is nothing serious to us anymore. After 104% tariffs on China came into effect overnight, reports say that Americans are already stockpiling goods in case of price spikes. China retaliated to this by slapping 84% tariffs on US goods, and then said, we will never accept the type of arrogant and bullying behavior we are currently seeing from America. They then filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization against US tariffs. I think we're a little bit past formal complaints. The US Treasury Secretary responded, everything is on the table, when being asked whether Chinese stocks would be removed from US exchanges. China clapped back by ordering its banks to reduce US dollar purchases. The White House then said that they were discussing plans with Apple to bring manufacturing away from China and back to America. And there was even rumors of China discussing banning the imports of US films. And also it's important to note that America imports considerably more from China than China imports from them. Smartphones are the number one Chinese export to America, while China's biggest purchased item from America is soybeans. Apparently, that's to feed their 440 million pigs. Trump posted this morning telling everyone to be cool. Everything is going to work out well, and the US will be bigger and better than ever before. A serious trade war between...
This here is Annie. She was born with 2 vajayjays. Yeah, 2. I can't find a woman with 1 vajayjay. At least not one that wants to be around me. Now, while this story is kind of funny in a way, also it's not, because that's a real medical condition. And Annie has been struggling with it her whole life. She doesn't know any other way. She's always had 2 of those things. But she's persevering. She's doing well. She's living with it. Yeah, she's doing good. And you gotta know, every weirdo guy in the world, when they find out, they're attracted to her like I'm attracted to that giant can of beef stew. And Annie doesn't want to be known just as the girl with the two vajayjays. And I understand that. I don't want to be known just as the guy with the cheese head and the giant can of beef stew. Although, it's kind of gotten me somewhere, to tell you the truth. 13 million views this month on Instagram. But back to Annie. She's a young woman, a human being who deserves respect. So if you're a guy who's going to act like a pervert towards her, maybe do something else instead. Okay? Shabadoo wooshkies! Shabadoo!
What the fuck? Did the statue just look at her?
Well, that's a little disconcerting. That thing is huge. Imagine trying to run away from that.
It's just another quiet visit to the Field Museum in Chicago, until it's not. As the camera pans across the massive skeletal figure of a Quetzalcoatlus, something strange happens. The towering beaked predator seems frozen in time, but viewers across the internet swear they saw it move. Not just a trick of the lens, they say. No, this ancient creature looked down. Over 20,000 comments flood in. It moved, it blinked, it stared. One person claims their stomach flipped as if sensing danger. Another jokes, is this night at the museum or something worse? Maybe it's just an optical illusion. Maybe,
could be,
or maybe, some fossils shouldn't be left out after dark. Many dismiss it as a simple perspective shift. But what if that's just what it wants you to think?
Depends on what kind of lens she's using.
Largest known
She's using
flying
a
reptile in
fifth eye
history,
lens. What kind of
loomed
lens is
over
she
prey
using?
with a wingspan wider than a bus. Its skull alone could stretch longer than a grown man. In this video, it doesn't just appear lifelike, it appears alive.
Thunder chicken?
One commenter asks, why did it look down on her like that? Another shudders at the thought of working night shifts surrounded by towering predators. Dozens claim they saw the eye twitch, the neck tilt, even the head follow her movement. Could something ancient be watching us still? In this museum, the past might not be as dead as it seems.
Speaking of remote islands, there's this remote island. I forget what the island's called.
Sentinel Island?
I think so. And it's like one of the last preserved islands where the tribesmen have no contact with the outside world.
Don't mess with those guys.
So if you go there, they're going to kill you.
Right.
But it's illegal to go onto this island. This American tourist got a boat, made it to the island, and left a coconut and a can of Coke as an offering.
They
a
kill
Diet
people.
Coke, which is
Don't
even
go
more
there.
insulting.
Yeah.
And then left, and then now he's arrested.
Yeah, fair.
Now, he's 24 years old.
I bet they're still trying to figure out how to open it.
Yeah.
They stab it with a spear, it explodes. They're like, it's a bomb!
Now, the reason why the guy got arrested is
They don't
just
even know what a
simply
bomb
germ
is.
stuff, right?
It's illegal to go there.
And also consider, you're messing with these people's psyches. You know, you drop off something like a can of Coke and they're like, what's going on? Consider what you would do if an alien dropped their sludge.
Just the implications of who gets it. What if it does kill somebody? You're just dropping off as a joke, trying to help them, but you literally could be throwing off a whole culture at that point.
Let these people
That could
live
be
in
the
peace.
time,
They're going to start worshiping Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The gods have arrived.
Speaking of remote
It's not like
islands,
the
there's-
original recipe.
So this woman, up there in the corner, has a husband and 4 boyfriends. Yeah, that's a total of 5 guys. No, not the overpriced hamburger place on the West Coast, but 5 actual guys. And she is upset because the 6th guy in her rotation isn't treating her well. So she decided to have her husband and her 4 boyfriends get rid of Mr. 6. And this isn't even happening in Florida. It's not. This is Ohio. So this woman whose name is Martina Jones. By the way, that name is so great, this story's being made into a movie. And her husband and the 4 boyfriends have been charged with kidnapping for going after guy number 6. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? She's got 5 guys and a 6th on the line. And what do you got? A can of beef stew that you're saving in case things go bad? Well, I don't know what's going on in Ohio, but from this picture, it looks like a lot of these guys are running out of women and barbers. Shabadoo booshkies! Shabadoo! So this woman...
When typology sends me good.
Okay, so all I can say is she must have some badass charisma or something. Maybe money. I don't know. There's weird going on there.
Ladies, our friend Nick here is a prime example of why you need to stay away from conservative men. This man is arguing that I must, as a former SW, apparently my political knowledge just doesn't actually count. This is an example of how conservatives prefer black and white thinking, okay? This man falls victim to the Madonna whore complex. He believes that because I charge men money for access to me, that it's impossible for me to be intelligent. Because in his mind, women only exist as the Madonna or as the whore. It is men like this who you can absolutely crush with a tiny pee-pee joke. They're not deep enough to actually build a sense of, like, internal self-esteem, okay?
$35 for not one?
All right, y'all, quick update on this St. Louis
All
situation.
right, y'all.
So the missing
I love this
person
girl.
that the dig was related to was 20-year-old Brianne Miller. She disappeared on July 26th, 2020. That day, she was picked up by her boyfriend at the casino, and apparently they got into some kind of argument. Then it said that he dropped her off in the vicinity of South Grand Boulevard and Delore Street. And after that, Brianne was never seen again. So this dig was in relation to her.
Take my
And
medicine.
apparently it was the ex-boyfriend's house, the one that she was with. And I've been really watching out for any kind of updates. As of today, right now, the police are still saying that there were no bodies and that all they found were suspected narcotics. Once again, just for a reminder, this is happening in the Dutchtown neighborhood in St. Louis. So I've been reading all the comments everyone's leaving. And there are quite a few people yelling at me in all caps to stop spreading rumors and misinformation. So I would just like to say, you must be new here. On this page, we talk about the rumors. Because I know some people feel very strongly against this, but I listen to people. I will trust people over the authorities any day of the week.
Yeah, but
and
this
I
guy
spend
went
most of
after
my time
chicks,
on most
not
of the
guys.
cases that I try to tackle talking to people. Not going to stop doing that. And I often hop on here and ask for more information from the general public. Not going to quit doing that either. Listen, do people lie sometimes? Absolutely. Do you need to vet some rumors and some information? Absolutely. But just because information didn't come out of the mouth of the police department does not mean that it's baseless or untrue. It doesn't
That's
mean
true.
it's all terrible rumors that were just made up and all misinformation and you're a terrible person if you repeat it. I'm sorry. I think that argument is flawed. Because, yes, while I realize that right now the authorities in St. Louis are trying to dispel the rumors and the misinformation, they're trying to say that absolutely nothing is going on.
I think I've seen you. And it's sad because a lot of these things, aka rumors, get out because they like to talk over lunch or breakfast or whatever, and people listen to what the heck they're saying, especially when something like this is happening.
I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, them lying to the public is pretty normal. This is not my first rodeo
Yeah,
with it.
seriously.
And look, there's a lot of reasons the police have to lie to the
Wanna go
public. Some of the reasons are good, some are not good.
Whoa, I'm related to Rainwaters. Aunt Dee Dee is a Rainwater. My cousin is a Rainwater. Oh. Hey, both those things are good. Great value, cheesy poofs and box wine. Come on now. You can actually put that box wine in a bag and take it to the beach. We'll take it out of the box, then put it in your bag. Put the bag in your bag. I hate it when they say, this isn't TV.
I've seen this film before.
Do your job.
And
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Wow, I wonder how it got there. You can't tell by bones. Ugh. And if the body's gone, it's impossible
Yeah,
to
them
find.
lying to the public is pretty normal. This is not my first rodeo with it.
Yeah.
And look, there's a lot of reasons the police have to lie to the public. Some of the reasons are good, some are not good. And I'm sorry, I'm telling y'all, there's something wonky here. Because for the feds to be here, for the FBI to be on scene on this dig, it has to be something larger than just a single missing person. It has to be related to a federal crime, which means that it crosses state lines, it's a serial killer, things like that. So for the feds to be here, for the big boys to come out digging, is a very clear sign that there's something big going on. But yes, they are still being very hush-hush about this. They are trying to say there's no bodies, but I have also heard other things from people. This dig actually continued yesterday. After they packed up and left, there's people saying that some of the neighbors went over and started poking around in the dirt themselves, and they were able to find bone fragments of a rib cage. Could it be untrue? Maybe. But in the spirit of the public actually knowing what's going on, in the spirit of not allowing another cover-up to happen right in front of our faces, we're going to keep talking about it. And if you don't like that, if you get super upset, if you want me to shut my soup cooler, as one guy said, hey, that was creative, okay? Then there's a handy little block button, because I am like a dog with a bone and I am not letting it go. Okay, bye. All right, y'all, quick update.
Okay, this chick does a good job. And from personal experience, yes, they talk too much in places about things they shouldn't. When they drop the ball, or when they drop the ball, and it's a really big case like this, just like with Dylan Redwine, they totally dropped the ball. The FBI had to come in and do their freaking jobs for them. Do you remember that case where two girls went to spend the night at their friend's house and the stepdad killed everybody, including himself, after doing horrible, horrible things to these girls? And there were cell phones, laptops, etc. left behind. This chickie right here, she covered that. I didn't see anybody else covering it. She did. And the guy's like, well, what are we supposed to do? Your job. Yes.
Date on this.
I can hear just fine. Okay. Speak.
I feel like you're upset with me.
I am very upset with you.
Connor.
I can hear just fine. Okay. Speak.
F-47 jet.
Ooh,
yes.
F-47 jet.
That thing looks so sick, dude. But it's the first jet in 20 years that they're bringing out. Costs $300 million to make.
Each one?
Yeah.
Hold on.
But they're calling it the F-47 because of President Trump being the 47th president. No joke. But they said it will be the most technologically advanced fighter jet in existence.
I want to see videos of this thing.
They said that this thing can also fly unmanned. Like AI could fly it.
That's scary.
It goes crazy fast, too.
Here's my thing. We believe in direct energy weapons. And so are we really just committed to not releasing the fact that we have one and are using it? Like, what's the point of a plane if
Since
you can,
Ronald
like,
Reagan's time?
Well, I mean,
Star Wars something.
The F-47, it says that it has that laser capability now, the DEW on it.
Well, you don't use a satellite and do it like that?
I don't really know.
That's an interesting.
Go ahead.
That's an interesting thought, though, because if it is off of planes and not space, then we could look at like flight logs and stuff and see.
Why don't we start weaponizing trains?
Trains are the future.
You guys are so silly today.
I've drank too much caffeine.
That just sounded like another of Lily's idea inside that meeting. By the way, before I go,
wait.
Trains.
Everyone, shh. Listen. Trains.
Locomotives. Hey.
The steam engine.
You can see it now.
Why use gasoline when we can use water? Steam engines. You still need coal.
No.
Anyways.
Some absolutely tragic scenes are coming out of the Dominican Republic this morning. Over 113 people have died after the roof of an iconic nightclub in the country's capital collapsed during a concert attended by musicians, politicians, and athletes. There were 800 people inside the venue when this happened, and they had all come to see the performance of legendary singer Ruby Perez. Now, initially reports said that Perez had been rescued, but unfortunately we now know that to not be true. He was found alive under the rubble, but he later died due to his injuries. Some of the victims also include Governor Nelsie Cruz, who is also the sister of 7-time Major League Basketball All-Star Nelson Cruz, former MLB pitcher Octavio Dotel, and World Series winning Dominican baseball player Tony Cabrera, who actually reports say heroically saved his friend by pushing him out of harm's way before being fatally struck himself. Now, we still don't actually know why the roof collapsed, especially at a time where so many people were inside the venue. But, of course, as we know more, I'll keep you guys updated. Some absolutely...
Why are you acting so strange? Poor kitty. Cats and dogs can pick up on stuff, seriously. Oh, yeah, I need to be petted. Either you got ghosties or you got mice in the wall.
Ain't no way Trump has paused the tariffs. After all of this, he has paused the tariffs for 90 days. Apart, actually, from one country. One country, he said, not only am I not pausing it for you, but I'm increasing it to 125%. Guess who? China. So after saying this, the S&P, the markets shot up immediately. And he said that he's pausing it for 90 days because 75 countries have already reached out to him and started negotiating, saying that they're going to invest more in America, that they're going to, close the trade deficit, etc. So, breaking news, Trump has paused the tariffs for 90 days. Life continues as normal, I guess. Ain't no way.
So here's something for you. 2 former OF subscribers. You know OF, I can't really say the name of it. The site where some young women or women of any age do some shenanigans for men who pay to watch the shenanigans. Well, these 2 guys who were subscribers, or might still be, are suing OF because they just found out that the paid messages they send to these girls aren't actually being answered by those girls. Dirt. How could anybody, anyone at all, actually think that the girls on that site are talking to these random guys if it's just text messages? This is the same thing as guys who go to a strip club and think the
same thing as the guys that used to watch the commercials of the sexy hot girls. Call us now, when they're really talking to somebody else about 5 times heavier and not as pretty.
Stripper is in love with him. She's not. She's doing her job, just like the OF models are. Now, I don't do that stuff myself, because I don't pay for nothing. I'm too damn cheap. But even I know, you're not getting text messages back from a girl who's got 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, or even 2 followers on that site.
How are you going to do that?
The world. Every day there's something new. Every day. Shabba Bushkis. Shabba.
Y'all, there's something big unfolding in St. Louis right now. The headline says that the FBI is digging up a St. Louis backyard tied to a missing person case from 2020. I don't know who the missing person is. I don't know much of anything yet. But what people are saying on the Book of Faces is absolutely wild. They're all saying that 30 bodies have been...
Yeah, we saw that one. Oh. Release the hounds! Makes me miss my Ruby girl. Her sister's name is Sheila. Sheila's still alive, but Ruby died.
Deep in the Huron National Forest, something ancient may still roam. The dogs barked. The trees stood deathly still. And then, that sound. Caught on a grainy TikTok, a scream echoed through the Michigan woods. So unnatural it silenced the laughter. Was it just a bobcat? Or something far more sinister? Some say it was a Wendigo, the mythical shapeshifter of Algonquian legend. A cursed spirit driven by endless hunger, known to mimic voices, lure victims into the dark, and consume what remains of their soul. Viewers are divided. Some claim it's a mountain lion or a fox. Others say the dogs would have reacted if it were anything normal. But maybe the Wendigo already had them under its spell. The comments may joke, but there's something deeper that many missed.
20 hear a cryptid story?
I would love to hear a cryptid story.
The more research I do, the more identical they are. So again, we have 2 hunters who are out in South Carolina. These are avid woodsmen. They're camping, they're sitting at the fire, and as they're winding down, they begin to hear what sounds like drumming. Something's like with force hitting something. They start to get up, and before they see anything, like every other story, they smell something. Just Bigfoot. It's like swamp and rotting flesh. They use the descriptor copper, kind of like a blood-like, copper-like smell. They put a flashlight up and immediately glowing eyes, tall humanoid creature, long arms to the ground, and they freeze in fear. And the thing like postures up, dude pulls his gun, fires a shot, hits it, and it lets out the loudest roar they've ever heard. After getting hit, it doesn't stop. It keeps running at them. And they get in the truck, and the proof that they have is the tailgate of this truck has claw marks through the back, but instead of just being like punched, it looks like tinfoil that's been peeled back. Oh my gosh. But this thing with glow.
This reminds me of a Skinwalker or SW, whatever you want to call it, story in Cortez, which is about 40-something miles away from here, where I grew up, went to school, graduated, etc., where some LDS missionaries decided to go up there on the Sleeping Ute Mountain and were surrounded. And their van was attacked, and there was like crunch holes, claw holes, all kinds of stuff. Needless to say, they never went back up there again, but
Glowing red eyes in the brake lights chased them for a quarter mile before giving up the pursuit. A quarter mile, this thing's roaring and running them down a hill. They've never gone back to the woods. This was in 1987. They've never been back.
I mean, that's like the Mothman, just like it chasing them for miles.
In that region of South Carolina, there's like legends of a lizard man, and it fits exactly with other stories where people have reported similar things. It's terrifying, dude.
Cave systems in the mountains. I guarantee that's where they're all coming from, man.
So this was probably the most honest review you're going to get of all of them. We got the viral crumble cookies.
Ask them to show you the proof. Ask them to send you the link to the proof. When they make all these egregious claims about liberals and about how Canada's now a communist country, ask them to show you the proof. Ask for the link. Because in the past week or so, I've started asking everybody, like, just provide the link for that, okay? You're going to make that claim. Show me the link. Show me the proof. If that's true, if that's real, I'd like to know. I'd like to be informed about that. The best you're going to get is like a Rebel News article. The best, they will literally link you to YouTube videos, not understanding that that is partisan commentary, that is not real news. Podcast bros
YouTube is
eating the news with their opinion on it is not investigative journalism. It's partisan commentary. And just for the record, friends, what I do is also partisan commentary. I would never recommend that you take my word as law. Like, fact check me all day long. You should be doing that. Like, I don't know how to coddle these people anymore. I genuinely don't know how to coddle this beast.
Just 1 calorie.
Oh, I am so sorry that I have to tell you guys this, but we have just got more revenge tariffs. China vowed to fight America to the bitter end, and they might not have been bluffing, because instead of taking back their 34% tariffs like Trump ordered them to, I guess, well, they've done the opposite. They've raised it to 84%. You know what that means? That means America now has a 104% tariff on Chinese goods, which is the highest out of any country, and China has an 84% tariff on America now. And I don't even know, I don't know if it's going to go higher. I thought that it wouldn't go higher at like 10%, but here we are. And, just to give you a context, some of the things made in China include everything. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Products like iPhone, a lot of Apple products, iPads, PlayStation 5s, Nintendo Switch, a substantial amount of Nike footwear, Adidas shoes, clothing, TVs like Hisense.
There are so many women in my comment section proving
$35, 35.
In 1985, there was another missing woman in Nixon, Missouri, and her name was Jackie Johns. Jackie was 20 years old, and everyone in town knew her. She was a lively, popular girl, homecoming queen in high school, and queen of Sucker Day, Nix's annual fish fry celebration.
I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on her name really quick because I can't remember, but she's awesome, and you guys should subscribe. Amber Bowden Vance. Amber Bowden Vance. Do you see it? Subscribe. like I have right here. See the little check mark? That means unsubscribe, because I like her stuff. All right, let's get back to it.
Jackie worked as a waitress at Nix's Livestock and Sale Barn Cafe, and on June 17th, 1985, she had just worked the night shift. She left work and stopped at the 7-Eleven, roughly between 10:30 and 11 p.m., where the clerk watched her walk out the door and get back into her black Camaro. Early the next morning on June 18th, a delivery driver spotted Jackie's car abandoned on the shoulder of Highway 160 between Nixa and Springfield. And the driver, who knew Jackie's boss, called him concerned. When her boss arrived on the scene, both men walked up to the car and saw that one door was hanging open and the interior was splattered with blood. And Jackie's boss called 911. Police found her keys still in the ignition and large amounts of blood in the vehicle, and her purse and her clothing are in the back seat, absolutely soaked with it. And in her trunk, there was a tire iron that was covered in blood and hair. There had clearly been a violent struggle, but still nearly the entire town showed up to look for her, hoping against all odds that she could still be found alive. But sadly, that would not turn out to be the case. 4 days later, on June 22nd, 2 fishermen found Jackie's body floating in Lake Springfield. Beautiful and beloved Jackie Johns had been raped and beaten to death. Within a few days, tips started to come in about a white and powder blue Chevy Cheyenne truck that had been parked at the 7-Eleven at the same time Jackie was there. And that truck was traced back to 27-year-old Gerald Carnahan, a rich boy and son of a prominent Nixon.
It's also a murder.
The Carnahans are a big name in Missouri. There's been a Carnahan governor, a senator, and in Springfield, Garnet Carnahan, Gerald's father, owned multiple big businesses: Carnahan Fence, Springfield Aluminum, Diversified Plastic, and Springfield Marine. And as an adult, Gerald took on the role of the Director of Industrial Sales at Springfield Aluminum. The Carnahans are wealthy, influential, and their reach is far. And Gerald grew up rich, entitled, and in his mind, untouchable. He was picked up for questioning 2 days after Jackie was found on June 24th. And he showed up with skin knuckles, which he claimed he got in a volleyball game. And he sat there and lied to the investigators' faces. He told investigators that he had been with his stepdaughter, Sarah, at a bar that night. And he also said that, yes, he knew Jackie in passing, but mostly just from the cafe, where he was a regular customer. But multiple witnesses came forward, saying no, they'd seen Carnahan's truck at the 7-Eleven. And one even claimed to have passed his truck parked behind Jackie's car on the highway. Even his own brother reported Gerald's truck nearby the night of the crime. And when Sarah was interviewed, she did try to go along with Gerald's story, but she got the location wrong and said that they were both at home that night. Of all Gerald's lies during his interview, it was his relationship to Jackie that got him caught up, because it turned out that he knew her more than just in passing, because he had actually hired her at one point. She had worked for his family business at Springfield Aluminum, but Jackie's friend said she quit due to his unwanted advances that just kept coming, no matter how many times Jackie tried to shut him down. So while the police knew that he was lying, they had no physical evidence against him, and so they let him go. But a couple of months later, they decided to charge him with tampering with evidence and making false statements, pretty much just to have him in custody. But when they went to arrest him, Gerald was gone. California authorities caught up with him on October 30th at the Los Angeles International Airport, where he was waiting to board a flight to Taiwan. Carnahan was extradited back to Springfield, where he bonded out of jail until his trial in January 1986, where he was acquitted of all charges, because the judge said that lying does not constitute physical evidence of a crime. And his stepdaughter also stood trial for perjury, and the judge also found her innocent. I can't help but feel that his entire arrest was done for show, to make the public feel like they at least tried to do something, while still letting the Carnahan boy walk. Jackie's family and friends were devastated. And there were over 800 people that attended her funeral. And Jackie's mother, Shirley, never recovered from her daughter's death. Her health declined rapidly. And only 3 years later, in 1988, she passed away of lung cancer, though her family believes that she really died of a broken heart. On her deathbed, as she gripped her husband's hands, her final words were, "We'll never know, will we?" To which Les Johns promised, "Yes, we will." That makes me so sad. And Gerald Carnahan, who everyone knew got away with murder, had become something of a local boogeyman. While the rest of the town mourned, Gerald went right back to business and right back to doing boogeyman shit. In 1992, his wife filed for a restraining order for abuse, though she later dropped it. And in March 1993, like the true predator that he is, he was caught trying to pull an 18-year-old girl in Springfield into his truck. He was later convicted of attempted kidnapping, but his defense in that trial was that he slipped and fell and grabbed her by accident.
Oops.
But before he even went to
Give me a
trial, in
break.
July 1993, police were dispatched to the Carnahan residence, where Gerald came out raving drunk and waving around a shotgun. He wrestled around with the police, even kicked one of them, and not only was he not shot, they let him go, though he was later charged with assaulting an officer and use of a firearm while intoxicated. And then, just a few months after that, in September 1993, he broke into a competitor's business at the Custom Aluminum Foundry in Aurora. He stole $60,000 worth of equipment and set it on fire. For that, he was charged with burglary and arson. But somehow, for all of those charges, Gerald Carnahan was sentenced to 2 years in jail and was released in September of 1997. The loved ones of Jackie began to despair, beginning to believe that they would never see justice.
Lord,
No matter
this is
what
disgusting.
Gerald Carnahan did, he always ended up back on the streets, bragging about his crimes. In the late 90s, multiple
Of course he
people
did.
approached investigators, telling them that they'd heard Gerald admit to killing Jackie, and that he said, yeah, I did it, but they're so incompetent they can't prove it. Well, that changed in 2006, and a Missouri Highway Patrol trooper decided to review some cold cases, dug up all the evidence in Jackie's case, which had not been handled or stored properly, and took it to the state crime lab in Jefferson City to run the DNA. And thanks to the beautiful queen we call Karma and the determination of Sergeant Nash, the swab done on Jackie when she was first pulled from the lake returned with the smallest, most minuscule amount of DNA that was a perfect match to Gerald Carnahan. On August 9th, 2007, at 49 years old, he was arrested. And after a long and drawn-out trial, in 2010, Gerald Carnahan was sentenced to life in prison for first-degree murder and the forcible rape of Jackie Johns. I really hope Jackie's mom can rest peacefully now. There is absolutely no doubt that Gerald Carnahan is a very bad man. It is appalling to realize how many cases he could be connected to in the years that he was allowed to walk free. It's been speculated that he could be associated with Jess Rush and Marvin Chaney, who took the life of Trudy Darden in 1991, that he could be involved with the disappearance of Cheryl Kinney in 1991 and Angela Hammond, also in 1991. He could be connected to Debbie Sue Lewis in 1987 and Kelly Ann Workman in 1989. And the most notorious of all, that he had some involvement with the Springfield Three, who disappeared in 1992. And this one, I absolutely believe. But what about Carol Blades? Based on the similarities and the location, I want to say yes. Adult Carnahan, with his combed back black hair, even resembles the Suspect sketch. But the problem is Gerald Carnahan was born in 1958, which means when Carol disappeared in 1969, he was only 11 years old. He couldn't have been the man that witnesses saw running across that field. So unfortunately, Carol Blade's killer is still a mystery. That means there has to be more than one killer in the small town of Nixon, Missouri. Though I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to find out that that man too was somehow connected to the Carnahans. Because it is interesting to note that Sheriff Buff Lamb was very good friends with the Carnahan family. But either way, let's just hope that one day Carol Blades also receives justice, as Jackie finally did. Better late than never. In
True.
In the heart of downtown Houston stands a quiet, weathered home, one that most pass by without a second thought. But for some, it's impossible to forget. Locals whisper of a woman who once lived there, whose story ended in fear and betrayal. The one person she trusted turned out to be the one she needed to fear most. A tragedy unfolded within those walls, one so sinister it left a stain you can still feel in the air. Though many years have passed, the home remains strange. No tenant stays for long. People report a heavy stillness, a cold draft in the middle of summer, and the feeling that someone is watching from the upstairs window. And now, this house, nearly forgotten by time, is remembered by thousands. Haunted not just by a spirit, but by a community that refuses to let her story disappear. But here's where it gets chilling. It's not just the house, it's what people feel when they walk by. Some say the energy is thick, almost unbearable. Others speak of dreams, of being inside the home, trapped, searching for a way out. One person swears they dreamt of the house long before they ever saw the video. Could a place hold on to fear so tightly it spills out into the world? The comments are filled with people who feel the weight of her loss, who sense that something was left unfinished. Maybe her story was buried, maybe it was never told in full. But now, even strangers have become part of keeping her memory alive. Her name may be lost, but her presence isn't. And sometimes just being remembered is enough to keep a spirit bound to a place.
No, it's not
Have
that.
you guys ever heard of the Google Gear?
The Google Gear?
It's insane. All right, so it's this gear mechanism that this dude built. It has nothing to do with Google, the website.
Got it.
But it has 100 gears, and it represents the number Google, like infinite, basically. So the first wheel, one rotation is 3.5 seconds.
Okay.
If you spin the first wheel 10 times, the second wheel spins. Get it?
Yep. Yeah.
So first wheel, 3.5 seconds per rotation.
Yeah.
10 rotations, second gear spins. The second gear takes 35 seconds to spin one rotation because it's 10 seconds, 35 seconds. So every 10 spins, the next gear spins. All right. The fifth gear, a single rotation takes 10 hours. The seventh gear takes a month.
Oh my gosh, why?
So everything's slowing down as it goes further and further. Is this making sense?
It's hard to comprehend, yeah.
Okay, so the 11th gear, a single turn takes 1,000 years.
That's a big jump.
And after 4.6 billion years, the 18th wheel would have only turned halfway.
Oh my gosh, what is it? Its purpose?
It's to represent Google, the number Google. Like, it's infinite. Like, basically, the 100th gear, it will never turn.
Yeah.
They said, in theory, if the first wheel was spinning faster than the speed of light, they could potentially one day see the 100th gear spin.
That's crazy. Now we need to double this thing. Make it bigger.
200.
200.
Let's do 10,000 gears.
10,000 gears.
Have you guys ever heard of the...
So a satanic leader and a few of his minion held an impromptu black mass. Yeah, where they worship Satan in the middle of a Kansas steakhouse. You think you didn't understand what I said? Well, let me say it again, cause it happened. A satanic leader in Kansas decided to hold a black mass in the middle of a steakhouse just cause he felt like it. Now the people who were there just to eat and not to worship Satan, they weren't too happy about it. As you can imagine, if you go out to eat, especially someplace expensive, you don't think, hey, maybe we'll worship Satan at this meal. It happened on Friday with about 30 members of the Satanic Grotto. From the way the article reads, I think 4 of them got arrested. And I'm pretty sure they can't go back to that steakhouse. So this guy, who I'll call Pinhead, said it's his right to talk about Satan, even if he's having dinner at a restaurant. Now, I believe in religious freedom, but I also believe in the freedom that I don't have to listen to your bullshit. So what do you think about going out to eat, to someplace expensive in this case, and a bunch of Satanists just start chanting? Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabba-doo.
Every day
my appetite.
Men like Kyle need to learn not to speak unless spoken to. The bros like Kyle really don't like what Mark...
55 years...
All right. Let's go to our second music break. Shall we? On this break, once again, we have Miss McKellen Hay from Ontario, Canada, as well as Mr. Fred Johnson the Floyd from Canyon County, California. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Talking on pins and needles, everywhere microscope. You keep stomping down on the ground while I've been stuck on this tightrope. I just wanna say what I wanna say without your sentence. I'm not willing to do the time when I'm innocent, and I'm innocent. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang talking on pins and needles, talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. Dancing on shattered glass, kicking the pieces all around. My safety has been broken, this is now a hunting ground. Talking on pins and needles, talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, 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 talking about. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, 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 talking about. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, 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 talking about. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, 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 up. I dove right in, didn't bring a parachute, fell right through, hit the water hard, moving too fast, spiraling out of control, was touch and go, went a little far. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep a shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar, scar, scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. Try to erase the ink that's left upon my chest. I'll attest, I don't really wanna forget to forget. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep a shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar, scar, scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep a shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar, scar, scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror.
Take me to a college scene, I'd like to go and dance, have drinks and hunt the perfect date, yeah. Living at the dark, I search lonely streets to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, after dark, I gave her base because she had the range. I knew she was the one that never could go home again. Plastic light by limo seats, I don't know why I can't control this urge to hurt again, yeah. Living at the dark, I search lonely streets to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Chase it till it's done, murder forever after. No matter what I say, after dark. Really meant to hurt and feel. Hiding place with days of December. Concerning words or meshed in a bandage. It doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. No matter what I say, after dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, change it till it's done, murder forever after. It doesn't matter what I say. Brooding fatal, lacking the hint of conscience. No matter what I say, after dark.
Just south of Springfield. And this is 20-year-old Carol
Oh
Blades.
my
Carol was
goodness,
born
our cold case is
July
going,
8th,
and we
1949
already
in
saw
Springfield.
this. And you said quit sharing. When I said quit sharing, you quit sharing. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, and thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. So, I realized this after like 15 minutes into the show. I forgot to do the inspirational first quote of the show. Would you like to hear it? Trouble with being a leader today is that you can't be sure if people are following you or chasing you. It's true. It's true. Tomorrow I shall read also the thought of the day, the inspirational quote, the beginning of the show. So for the end of the show, I was up in arms. Am I going to play some more TikToks, or am I going to share this video I was going to share a long time ago? And I decided on that video I was going to share a long time ago, so let's do it, shall we? All right. Bring it up here. If you guys have not subscribed, go to Midwest Ghost Hunter and subscribe like me. See, I subscribed. Ghost hunting, spooky, haunted hotspots alone. I don't know how him and Franco do it. It trips me out, man. So trippy. No, I said play. Let's play.
What's up, guys? Midwest Ghost Hunter here, bringing you yet another Ghost Hunting Alone video. Tonight I'm going to be investigating the Riverside Cemetery, said to be haunted by numerous spirits of its dead. There is said to be a group of ghostly little girls that have been seen and heard crying out loud in the dead of night. Ghostly figures have been seen wandering the cemetery, only to suddenly vanish without a trace. There is even said to be a haunted chapel within the cemetery. It is said that if you knock on the door at night, a resident ghost inside will knock back to you.
And just so you know, two of you have expressed permission from Ian to play this video, as well as any video he's made. He said, just tell them you got an opportunity of a lifetime. But no, Ian rocks, and he's badass. So yeah, you guys enjoy. I just had to let YouTube know.
There is even said to be the spirit of a Native American chief who has been seen doing ceremonial dances around what is dubbed the ritual tree. His ghost is said to be avenging his fallen brethren who lie forgotten in unmarked burial mounds throughout the cemetery. I'm also going to be investigating another haunted place dubbed Iron Hill. It is said that in the 1920s, a train transporting orphan children derailed and burst into flames. Tragically, it is said that over 23 of the orphans died in the blazing inferno, and it is said that their bodies still remain buried on Iron Hill. To this day, phantom screams and cries of the orphans can still be heard, along with sightings of a phantom smoke rising from the hill. The ghostly apparitions of the orphans have been seen bobbing through the trees, and a particular ghost of a little girl in a white dress has been seen running up and down the old train tracks. Possibly the strangest report are that of mysterious phantom dolls appearing throughout the woods that are only visible on moonlit nights. They should definitely make for some spooky locations, and I am looking forward to seeing what could go down. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, comment your thoughts on any of the paranormal activity that might go down, and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, big shout out to the members. I appreciate your support. And yeah, that's enough of me flapping my gums. Let's get into the investigation.
Let's go.
Alright, so I'm in the Riverside Cemetery. It is dark. I am very intrigued to see if what kind of stuff might go down here. This is actually a really big cemetery, so I'll have a lot to explore. And there's a ton of graves, so the possibilities of haunting.
And if you guys haven't seen Ian before, just like Franco, but Ian even more, it's tons of amazing evidence of the paranormal.
Things are just about endless. Are there any spirits out here with me? My name is Ian.
Hi, Ian.
And I am a nightly visitor, explorer.
I am an earthworm. How did you know?
Looking to communicate with any of the spirits that are said to be here.
Could be a grub worm.
Could you show me where you're buried? Show me which gravestone is yours. I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I thought I just saw something over here. It looked like movement. Is there someone over here? Might try to break out the thermal. See if I can see anything on there.
What is that?
Not seeing any cold spots or anything yet. If there's anyone here, could you manifest yourself so I can see you? Whoa, whoa. There's something over there.
Oh my gosh,
there's a cold spot. Right over there.
What is that?
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
If that's you, could you come towards me?
Could you clear the screen?
Or
Make
to
it
the
clear
right?
so I can see.
No. It just freaking vanished into thin air.
Did you see it's like going up like that? Oh, that was the tree. Never mind.
Holy crap.
Maybe it's a tree spirit.
Where the hell did it go? It was just right over here.
This cemetery looks...
Is there somebody over here? Whoa. Okay. Those are footsteps I just heard. There are spirits walking all over this cemetery. Oh God. I don't see anybody over here. Hello?
Hello?
Could you come and talk to me?
For a small fee.
That was wild. I got that cold spot over there by the tree, and I bet that was the same spirit. They just walked over this way. That was freaking nuts. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna follow you, okay?
Okay.
How many spirits haunt this cemetery? Because it seems like there's a lot of them. Holy moly. Look at all these graves that are out here.
Did you see that light that just ducked behind that
I just feel like there are people watching me from everywhere. Oh my God. What the fuck? Okay. I swear to God, I just seen someone over there. They were walking through the graves.
Walking through the...
Holy crap, that sent chills down my spine. I don't think I caught it on camera. I'm gonna try the thermal again.
Until you go back and look.
See if I can see any cold spots.
Man, I wish this thermal was clearer.
If there's someone here,
it's like my normal vision.
Could you show yourself? Just like you did before. I just heard more footsteps. Right in front of me. They were way closer this time. You don't have to be afraid. I mean you no harm. I just want to show the world that you exist. That was absolutely crazy. Again, the footsteps. I didn't see a cold spot this time, but there were definitely footsteps walking through here. Oh my God, I swear to God, I keep seeing things. I keep seeing, like, movement all around me.
Kill you, brother.
Are you a spirit that is still attached to your body? Your body that is buried here? Could you show me which grave you haunt?
I don't know, this is a grave question. I'm not sure if I can answer this honestly or to the truest extent.
No.
I'm just not hearing it.
Okay, there has to be somebody out here, like walking around, because that is the third time now. I'm just hearing footsteps everywhere.
I hear or something through the leaves. I haven't heard.
I gotta go towards them.
Have you? I even have my earbud in, but you know, I'm losing my sight and my hearing and everything. I'm old. That's what the doctor said.
Are you over here now? Where did you go? Scan around with the thermal some more.
But I just heard a kid's voice.
Ooh. I just seen something again.
What?
It just seems like every time I see something, it's like off to the side or kind of behind me.
Right now you should have,
I really want to get a look at what the heck is out here. Whoa! Whoa!
What was it?
Holy shit! Holy shit! I just caught that on camera!
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I definitely know I'm not going crazy now. There are spirits walking all over this place. Don't mind me. I just like to talk to you. Whoever or whatever that was, it just walked from this tree to that grave. Right there.
Oh,
my name is Ian.
I was running away from you.
Could you tell me your name, please? I'd really love to know. That was absolutely wild. Already I'm seeing things all around me, hearing footsteps. This place is something else. Is there anyone over here? Hello?
Margot.
I heard that little girls have been heard crying out here. Could you tell me why that is?
Maybe they're sad and they want to go home.
Is there any way I could help you?
Can you give them a ride?
So far all I hear is geese in the background.
Yeah, I hear geese in the
I wonder if they could be mistaken for the crying sounds. It does kind of sound vaguely like crying.
A little. Nah.
Hello?
Sounds like a clown horn.
Boy, this cemetery is huge. I hope I don't get freaking lost out here.
You'll be alright.
If there's anyone here, could you show me a sign? A sign of your presence.
Dang it, I wish I had a sign. Oh, like they said,
I may have just heard a high-pitched noise over there.
That's what I heard.
It's genuinely hard to tell, though, with all the geese in the background. There it is again.
Hello.
Okay, that is definitely not
First
geese.
she said here, now she said hello.
Those sound like
you
voices.
Hear her? Quit talking.
Who's over there?
Ian's badass.
Show yourself.
Him. Are you? Yeah, I don't
Guess
think
the only
I
thing
could
left to do is to go towards it.
I might have to, because my crew just ain't
It came from
going in league with me.
right over here. I thought I may have heard some girls crying over here.
In this case, I have this like leprechaun
Is
case.
everything okay?
Everybody's like, I can do it Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, I can't.
Are you over here?
Sunday. No response. Sound like a cat, kinda.
It sounded like they said no. Like no, we're like over here. Well, I'm trying to find you. Could you show me where you are?
And if you keep seeing that mist, it's just his breath.
Alright. Starting to see stuff. I swear to God, I thought I saw a figure standing right over there. Are you one of the ghostly little girls that haunt this cemetery? Oh God!
What is he?
Oh, that gave me chills. Holy moly. That was like a high-pitched cry. I gotta go towards it. There's nobody. There's nobody over here. And the moon is really bright right now, so if there was anyone out here, I would see them.
Speaking of which, did you get
Who's
to
over
see
here?
it, man? It was too overcast for me to see it.
What's your name? I want to try to communicate with them. I might break out the K2, see if they'll use it to answer some questions.
And like he said, I can hear the geese, but it's not.
Whoever's here with me,
stuff he was saying.
I've got a device here that you can communicate with me through. Could you come towards it? You don't have to be shy. I'm just here as a friend. Are you the spirit that I heard crying over here? Yes. Thank you. Is it true that you're a girl? Are you a young girl? Yes. Thank you again. How many of you are there? Is it 1? 2? 3? 4?
I knew it.
4. There's 4 ghost girls here. Could you tell me, why do you cry at night?
Why do you cry at night?
Oh God. Oh God. Something just touched me. What the hell was that?
It's just a little girl. Don't be scared.
Who just touched me? Was that one of you? Oh. Again. Something just touched me again. It was on the back this time. Why are you touching me?
Don't be scared, Ian.
Is there something you're trying to tell me? What the hell? That's the freaking 3rd time now.
It's just
I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this.
Don't be sissy.
I can't see anything around me.
I'd probably
There's
freak
nothing
out too. I'm just teasing.
that could be touching
I'd
me.
probably freak out too.
Nothing. Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
She's touched my leg. All right.
Getting me.
All right. Could you please stop? Please stop touching me. It is really freaking me out. Please. I want to communicate with you, but I do not appreciate you touching me.
Touchy.
Oh my God. That was terrifying. You know what's weird? I was touched 4 times. 4 times.
4 girls.
And they said there was 4 girls. That cannot be a coincidence.
No, I haven't done it in so long.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I can't because my team just will not.
I'd just like to say thank you.
Except for one guy, but
thank you for your time. I'm gonna move on, okay?
We'll go too, but
oh my
I
goodness.
have vehicle issues. Now
That
I have
was
health
creepy as hell.
stuff happening. I'm on these medications where I can't drive now. Hopefully,
all right.
in
So
a week or two,
the next stop,
within the month.
I think I'm gonna pay a visit to the old chapel.
Yeah, playing with
That's
the
where they
paranormal
say
is scary.
that if you knock
Especially
on the
when you're
door,
by yourself.
a ghost or something inside will knock back.
See, this is a recent
There it
video,
is.
but this seems like one that I
see it
saw
just
a long
up ahead.
time ago. Doesn't
Is anybody
it?
over
I think
there?
he watched it with me too. Maybe he did a redo.
Is there anybody around this
his equipment's
chapel?
being really weird or something? I don't know. But yeah,
Try to take some
there's
photos.
a guy in, well, past Dove Creek, near the border of Colorado and Utah, and he's got all kinds of
If there's
weird
anyone
stuff
here,
supposedly happening.
Could you show
There's
yourself?
vehicle issues, health issues, whatever, but gotta get it going. Ooh, there's some orbs.
Whoa. There's a bunch of orbs floating around the doors.
The lower bell noises.
At least they were in that photo. Now they're completely gone. Oh, wow. There's another one.
Wow.
Is there somebody over here? If so, could you make a sound? It's definitely a gorgeous chapel.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely want to haunt here.
Well,
I'm gonna try.
It's pretty lucky to
knock,
have one like that.
See if anything knocks back. Alright, here goes.
Knock, knock, knock.
Anyone home? No knocking yet. I'm gonna try it again.
Guess again.
A little louder. If there's anyone in there, could you knock back?
The old video, but I remember there was a horse, and he had an apple that he fed to the horse, and at a place that looked like
I'm
this.
gonna try one more time.
This could be the same place. There was an angel statue, like.
Whoa!
On the.
That was a thump.
Front step that like moved, but I don't see one this time. So
that startled the
he's
crap out of me.
revisiting.
Thank you. Could you do that again? I'm gonna knock once more. Hopefully it doesn't freaking startle me again.
Can you hear me knocking? Pop, pop.
Oh my god. He's literally knocking back. This is absolutely insane. I kind of just want to listen. See if I can hear anything in there.
What if he started singing? Ave Maria.
I can hear like faint movement in there.
It's hard to hear over the geese. Those Canadian
I don't know
geese
if the camera
loud.
can pick it up.
They're like,
There's somebody in there.
Just kidding.
No doubt. There's someone in there.
They're squawking. You know you can hear it.
If you're in there, could you open one of the doors? Whoa!
What the crack was that?
Something just appeared in the window!
Did you
Holy
see that?
shit! Oh my god,
I thought
dude!
it was his breath for
Something
a
just
second,
bolted
but-
by! Inside! Through that window! Dude, it had to have been like a glowing
play it again, Ian.
apparition or something, because I'm pretty sure these windows look like they're tinted. So if someone were to peek in there normally, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, play it again, dude. Yes. Wow.
Ooh, that gave me goosebumps all over my arms, all over my body. Thank you for showing yourself. Could you peek through the window? Just like you did?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Man, if something
Chicken
peeks
sound.
through that window, you're damn right I'm gonna crap myself. I'm not seeing anything. I kinda wanna look at the sides, see if I can see anything through there. No. No, there's no way. They're stained glass. You wouldn't even see through them.
Nope. Look at you.
Oh god. Oh god.
What do you say?
Okay. That was just a man's voice right there. Oh my
Sounded like
goodness,
he
that
said,
scared
"Hey,
the
you."
crap out of me.
Hey there.
Hello? Who's over there? I am freaked out. Freaked out to go over there. Because that was a loud voice. No way. Is that the tree? That's the ritual tree.
What?
No freaking way. I wonder if that was the dancing chief that I heard. Because it came from this tree. Hello? Is there anyone over here? I just heard like footsteps on the ground. Try to snap some photos. If you're the Indian chief, could you let me know? Whoa, I'm catching weird anomalies in these photos right now. It's like all around the tree. Are you manifesting around this tree? Holy moly. This is insane. Chief, why do they call this a ritual tree? Whoa.
What the heck did he just say?
That was a scary freaking voice right there.
Play it again. Play it again,
And
Charles.
it didn't even sound English.
Whoa.
Whoa. I just caught something. I just caught something.
That weren't just no orb. That's crazy.
It looks like a pair of eyes. Freaking right next to the
Seriously, you
tree.
can see the orbs, and it was a dark figure in the orbs with light.
It was like eyes and a
eyeballs.
face.
Yeah.
Freaking frightening looking face.
Yeah, look at it. Just eyes. Wow.
What is your name? What tribe are you from? Just look at this tree. It's massive. It definitely looks ancient enough to be a ritual tree for the native ancestors. Oh, what the f***?
I heard some leaves move.
Something just got thrown at me. What the hell was that? Am I not welcome here? Do you want me to leave? What the hell was that? It hit the ground somewhere over here. There's like a bunch of pine cones. I wonder if it was one of those.
Dude, it sounds
right
like
there. If you just threw one of these pine cones,
flying around.
Could you throw another one? Okay. Okay. All right. I am genuinely getting freaked out over here. It sounded like footsteps again. It sounds like he's literally prancing around the tree, like doing a ritual.
I don't want to get stung.
I'm just getting a look around this tree.
I'm scared.
There's literally nobody here. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words.
I'm using my mirror to see.
Ooh, what the f***? Alright, that freaking pine cone just hit me. I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't be here, so honestly, I think I'm gonna get the heck out of here.
I hear it hitting stuff. I'm distracted.
I'm sorry, Chief. I mean you no disrespect, okay?
This window, screen is tight.
I'm gonna leave you alone now.
They somehow squeeze through, somehow.
Alright, that's it. I'm out. I'm out.
Why? What was that? Barn Hill. Okay,
Alright, guys.
It appears
here we are.
He's doing different
just
ones,
beyond this gate.
Which is freaking awesome.
Is Iron Hill. I have been wanting to check this place out for a while. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Turn on the lights.
I'm about a half a mile from my car, so hopefully nothing bad happens.
Hope you're good at cardio.
I would be screwed. Hello?
Hello?
Is anyone out here? Oh my gosh. It is one freaky atmosphere. My name is Ian. I'm just a nightly visitor looking to make contact with any spirits that may be out here.
Heard that?
Okay. Heard some branches breaking there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to be fair, it could be anything. I heard that there was a terrible accident that took place here. A terrible train accident. Is that true? If so, could you... More branches breaking. They came from over in this direction. I don't see anything over there. Hello? Is there someone there? Holy shit.
Where in?
It sounds like someone or something's like running around out in the woods.
Yeah?
You don't have to be scared. I'd just like to be your friend.
Sure.
Would you like to be my friend?
No. Just kidding. I would.
Holy crap, you guys. That is one massive hill. And at some point, I gotta go up there.
Oh, yeah?
For now,
Yeah.
I'm hearing stuff down here. There is something out here with me. Those aren't squirrels I'm hearing. Those are not raccoons.
Squirrels are sleeping.
There's something bolting around these woods. Who's out there? Show yourself.
That was like a high-pitched squeal.
So either that is some kind of animal or a ghostly orphan. Knowing this place, it could be either one.
Yeah, that's trippy.
All right, let's just
Why
keep
you
going.
gotta say that?
Oh, shit. Okay. That sounded like something just got thrown. What the hell was that? Did you just throw something? If so, could you do it again? Oh, whoa. What are these things? Oh, wow. Those are like those wood beams that they use on railroad tracks. And these
So
are
now
pretty
that I'm
ancient
watching
and old.
this, the last one, now this one,
I wonder if they're like
pretty sure
the
this
ones
is a
from the fire
compilation
and the
of his
catastrophe.
Ghost hunting alone.
That would be truly sad if they were.
Because I recognize
They
both
definitely
of
look like they
these,
got
but
a lot
it's
of
two different
damage.
ones together.
Perhaps like a lot of fire damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I really don't know.
Me neither, dude.
There's some more over here.
And I'm gonna get to. Ooh.
Okay. More stuff's getting thrown. By who or what? I don't know.
Anybody get
Whoever's
to see the
throwing
pink
stuff
moon?
out here,
Was my question.
Please,
two
whatever you do,
overcast
do
here,
not
so-
throw it at me.
What?
Whoa. Oh, shit. What was that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That nearly freaking hit me. Whatever it was.
It's like a pine cone or something.
Whoa. Was it this thing? What is that? It's like a railroad spike.
Yeah,
Oh
and it
my
was not
God,
that.
they're throwing
Why
railroad
is there
spikes out
something
here.
attached to it?
If that thing would have freaking hit me, I would have been done for. Who just threw this? Are you trying to hurt me?
Where's the part that
Is that why you threw this?
Man, if you rewind it and look, there's like a strand or a piece
I don't
of
know if they're
leather or
just playing
something
around
attached
or
to
if
it.
that was malicious. Oh, shit. All right. Keep your railroad spike.
Yeah, throw it at him. Good job.
Shh. Oh my God. I'm hearing like childlike voices out there.
You don't live here,
I'm
is what I
hearing them.
heard.
They're like way off, deep in the woods.
What are you doing? You don't live here. But what I heard was,
Oh my gosh.
You
It
don't
is
live
scary
here.
out here. That is an
So,
understatement. It is
Maybe I'm
freaking
just
scary.
assuming that's what they said.
All right. Next area I'm going to explore are these abandoned train tracks. And this is where they see that little girl in a white dress.
Hmm.
I mean,
It's sad.
I
Why
definitely
is
hope
she
they're
there?
abandoned.
Doesn't
Last
even
thing
make
I need is a
sense.
an actual train to come barreling at me. Is there anyone
All I
out here
need
with
is
me?
Another kid. Just kidding. Would happily
I heard that
take
there's
her
a little
phone.
girl in a white dress that has been seen playing out here. Are you one of the victims from the train crash? There's definitely a dark feeling walking down this. Just knowing what happened here, it just gives you this strong sense of sadness and I don't know, just it doesn't feel right. That's all I can say.
Right.
I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I thought I saw like a light up ahead. Little girl, is that you? I think I just seen you. Ooh. I could hear like little footsteps up ahead. Gotta go towards them. Hello? I thought I heard somebody over here. Could you walk up towards me? You don't have to be afraid. I just want to come and help you. I heard about what happened. And I am so sorry. I think I want to try a spirit box session. See if I can communicate with anybody from the crash. And maybe get some answers as to what happened. Are there any spirits near or around me that haunt these train tracks? It just said, "We're here. We're here." Thank you. I had a feeling you were here. Could you tell me what happened here? That was a male voice that came through. Thank you for speaking to me, sir. Are you the train conductor? Thought I heard maybe a yeah there or something. Could you tell me, what year did this train derail? 1926? That sounded like 1926. Holy shit. I don't think it's exactly known when it took place, but they would know. They would definitely know. Wow, that is amazing. Are any of the orphans that died, are you here with me? Those sound like little voices. If you're here, could you tell me your names? That sounded like Thomas. Is your name Thomas? Whoa! I'm getting like different names coming through. I heard Sarah. Thank you for telling me your names. I am so sorry. What happened? You know you don't have to stay here. Whoa. Said something about dolls or something. Did you lose your dolls to the fire? What the? That almost sounded like a freaking train horn. It just said fire. Oh God, that just gave me chills. And it almost sounded like children screaming on there. Oh my gosh. I gotta shut that off. That is getting hard to listen to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just heard more footsteps down there. I'm gonna walk further down these tracks. It literally sounds like footsteps running along these tracks. And that's what they say happens. They say that there is a little girl in a white dress that runs across these tracks. The further I get down these tracks, the more terrified I become.
Pretty scary stuff.
Little girl,
what?
Could you come and talk to me? Is your name Sarah? Oh God.
Who are you?
That sounded like a little girl's voice. Right there.
Hi.
I bet that was her.
I'm seeing it.
Sarah. My name is Ian. Would you like to play? Whoa, whoa. What the hell was that? Oh my God! There she is! There she is! No way! No way! I gotta run towards her.
Sugar, dude. Really?
Oh my God, look! Look! There's nobody here! Absolutely nobody. Sarah!
I can play back.
Where'd you go? Shit, I probably scared her away. Shit, I would bolt too if I saw some weirdo running towards me. I just wanted to see what the hell that was.
Oh, I saw it. Oh, she's wearing her pretty little dress and stuff. Wow.
There's nothing. There's nothing out here that could cause that to happen. I literally just seen her figure on the tracks. There is absolutely no explanation for that.
Nope. 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 Nope.
I think I'm actually gonna try to go up the hill and see if any activity goes on. But I gotta take this treacherous route here.
Treacherous.
Oh.
Where's your machete?
Oh. Okay. Hello? Is anyone up there? Are there any ghostly orphans? Are any of you playing up here? I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it smells like smoke up here. I don't know if it's something off in the distance, but I'm smelling that hardcore.
I'm telling you, it was the train.
It's like a rotten smoke smell.
It's not good.
If there's anyone up here, ooh.
Wow.
I swear to God, I just seen something. It looked like a shadow. It was right over here. It was right in the corner of my eye. Are you one of the orphans? Why don't you come and talk to me? Since I'm seeing stuff, I'm gonna start snapping some photos. Could you show yourself? Whoa. I just heard something over here. Oh. What the hell is this? It's like some giant stone thing. What the hell is that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute.
Or some shit? What the fuck?
Oh my God. It's a freaking doll laying out here.
Rabbit.
Where the hell did this thing come from? It's like a bunny rabbit. A bunny man. What the hell is that?
Cottontail.
There's like these black marks all over it. Those almost look like burn marks.
That's what I was gonna say.
No way. Could this be from the fire?
Could be.
No, it couldn't be.
It could.
Did you just lead me to this bunny rabbit doll here? Was this your doll? I can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Very sad.
I just can't get over like these burn marks. Look, there's one right there too. Now I know they say that dolls freaking appear at night out here, and you can only see them at night. And I don't know if that's what's happening right here. If this is one of those dolls.
Maybe you should take it with you. I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I heard.
I just heard another child's voice up here. Alright, Mr. Rabbit. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna leave you be, okay? I'm gonna come back. And if that thing is freaking gone, that is gonna absolutely blow my mind.
Where the heck you found it?
Oh shit. Oh god. That was me. There's like all kinds of different ruins on this hill from like the old railway. Some of this debris could be parts of the train, for all we know.
You never know.
Holy sh**. I swear to God, I just seen another shadow. It like bolted this way. There's like shadowy children running around here. Oh God. It just makes me think of those poor souls that died. There it is again. I just saw another one. You don't have to be scared. Oh God. I just want to be your friend. Oh Jesus. Oh, what the fuck is that? No. There was no way that was there before. No way in hell.
You just didn't see it.
I was exploring this place earlier during the day. There is no fucking way I would have missed that.
No.
That is a literal doll hanging off of the tree.
Yep.
I don't want to go over there. I really don't. I really don't want to go over there. God, I have to. Is this another one of your dolls? Oh dear God. Just look at this thing. And she's got burn marks too. On her leg.
Sounds like a ceremony.
Where did these dolls come from?
Could be good, could be bad.
Because they weren't here before. I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly about ready to just call it a night and get the hell out of here.
I don't blame you, Ian. It's scary.
That gave me serious goosebumps. That is probably the 100th child's voice I've heard out here. Alright. If this is your doll, I'm gonna...
Knock it off. Knock it off. Alright, guys. Fortunately, that's the end of the show for us tonight, but you can go to Ian's page and check him out on your own time and finish up that video like we were right there in the place. And maybe after the show I'll share with my other peeps, the YouTube peeps, but anyways. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I had an awesome time, and I can't wait to do it again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're going to be reading about the blue peeps. Hold on. It's buried in this file here. Let me get it out. Blue beings. Visitation at the UFO conference. So we read some of that last week, and we're going to read some of that tomorrow night. And thank you to all of our friends on We Are Paradox Media's YouTube, Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, iHeartRadio, wherever you may be listening tonight. It was awesome hanging out with you, and I can't wait to do it again tomorrow night. Like I said, we're going to be reading The Blue Beings. It's going to be pretty interesting and intriguing. Full of interesting and intriguing things to say. Don't forget, you guys, we're all in this together. Together we can make the world a bit better. Together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. Until next time, nighty night, love and light to all my yous out there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And yeah, hopefully you show up tomorrow night. If you want to help us out, you can Cash App us, $TessaTNT. PayPal at TessaTNT, Google Wallet, tessa.n.thomas30@gmail.com, or Venmo at Tessa-Thomas-Peterson. Night night, love and light, guys.